One may be the loneliest number that you'll ever do, but when it comes to the quantity of tones in your movie, it's the most sensible number you'll ever do. Venom, Let There Be Carnage stars Tom Hardy once again as Eddie Brock, who is trying to adjust to his new life as the human host of the symbiote Venom. Wanting to resume his career as a journalist, Eddie interviews an incarcerated serial killer named Cletus Cassidy, played by Woody Harrelson. During the interview, Cletus ingests a drop of Eddie's blood and it becomes a new symbiote. I don't care about the pronunciations, I just use both to appease all of you. This symbiote called Carnage takes over Cletus, and it allows him to break out of prison and reunite with his old flame and partner in crime, played by Naomi Harris. The first Venom movie, in my opinion, kinda sucked. It had no idea what it wanted to be. It tried to be serious, and that didn't mesh with the loony humor involving Venom, which came across really awkward because he was also supposed to be intimidating, and all the while, the movie tried to present itself as relevant. It was just a gigantic mess. Not to mention, how did Venom just come back at the end? He gets blown to tangerines, and we don't see a fragment of the symbiote escape the explosion and reattach itself to Eddie or anything like that. So, how did he just appear alive at the end?
Well, you got me. By all accounts, it doesn't make sense.
Now, the sequel, Let There Be Carnage, is a fair improvement. I had more fun with this movie because it has a better grasp of what it wants to be. Andy Serkis is the new director, and he does for this series what James Gunn did for the Suicide Squad. Out of the many clashing tones that the first movie goes for, he takes one and just sticks with it. And therefore, I didn't sit through the whole movie feeling so confused. I did laugh more often at the things that Venom says to Eddie. The effects are slightly enhanced over last time, and there are some impressive 3D shots during the final battle. Woody Harrelson and Naomi Harris, they're both good as over-the-top cackling 90s villains. They're basically like the Riddler and Two-Face if they were lovers, which I'm not convinced that they weren't to begin with. Nothing really stands out about the story or any of the characters, but the saving grace in terms of the writing are the times when it incorporates romantic comedy tropes, only they involve a man and this goo from outer space. Though it would have benefited more if the whole movie went by the template of romantic comedy but gave it the horror comedy treatment. But instead, we get a movie that does feel rather incomplete. It runs for 90 minutes on the mark, a whole 22 minutes shorter than its predecessor. When I saw the runtime, I thought, alright, probably means it'll be better paced than the first movie. But not so much. It feels like a movie that only has 2 acts. The first half is conflict between Eddie and Venom, and in the second they have to get over it to take on Carnage. So that's really the biggest weakness of the film. It has an overly simple structure. If you liked the first Venom movie, you will probably love this one, and if you hated that first movie for the same reasons I did, you may find this one a more enjoyable way of spending an hour and a half you have to spare. It's goofy fun that comes and goes in a flash, and you'll probably forget about it the next day. That is, you would forget about it if it wasn't for the mid-credits scene. It's a good one. Scoring on the Factor Facts, Venom Let There Be Carnage gets a 56%. That's a wrap, thank you for watching, I hope you found this review helpful. Like and share, subscribe for more. This is Pop Culture, I'm Alex Pop.